Hello everybody and welcome to another cast by myself, i8skittles, on the Gaming Canucks YouTube channel. What I'm bringing you here today is a Bronze League game on the map Shattered Temple. Over here we have on the left corner the red Zerg Skylinezz, double Zs just because I guess he likes his Zs. And on the right we have blue Terran Toranius. I don't even know. And, oh, what else is there to say? Of course, this is Shattered Temple. They're spawning in cross positions, which means that there is a long distance to go over. I mean, you have to go all the way across all of this. No. So, early aggression's usually not seen on this map. They're not even in the close by air positions like these two. So, not all that much to say about that. There's no Protoss in this, so naturally no proxy play, really. You'll sometimes see proxy barracks, but it's really just not common. It's not like a proxy pylon. Not a lot of people do it. Looks like this Overlord's heading over to scout this base up in the top left here, or just the top in general. And the Terran's not there, but even if he was, the Overlord would never get there in time to do a decent scout. He'd just be a sacrifice, you know. Starting off with the wall off here, of course, standard play by Terran, especially against Zerg. Just trucking along here. Maybe get there sometime within the next 5 minutes, but I doubt it. Down here, just droning up. Nothing special. Still, we're at 15 supply. No spawn pool yet. Actually, I should throw up that production tab here. There it is. Oh, going for that expand on 16 supply. Always a nice play, especially on a map like this. Shattered Temple here, you got all these massive distances. Don't expect early aggression, so why not go for the fast expansion, especially Zerg. Going with the 15 pool here. This is actually a build I like to do myself. You do the 16 expansion 15 pool, and as long as you're not going to be facing too much real early aggression, you can get that early macro game up and handle pretty much anything. Barracks is here, not actually making anything. We're seeing a second barracks going down, so we could be seeing 2 or 3 racks early game. We have the refinery down, fully saturated. Orbital Commando on its way on through. Drone just getting down here now. Got a full scout of the base. Managed to get him before the wall off, which is always a nice thing. And just going in to finish off this wall off now, and is the drone gonna make it? Oh, broken down, these little bones and such all over the place. Finishing off this wall off here now. Got the extractor up. Got that queen en route. Not with the gas for it yet. It's, you never know. Cancelled out of this. There's no way this SCV killed it. So I wonder why he would cancel out of it. He's sitting on a ton of minerals now. For this stage in the game, that is quite a few minerals for Zerg to float. 2 Overlords. Got a bit of a supply block and overreacted, I guess, but I'm interested to see what he's going to do. He's just 4 Zerglings. He got that fast expand, but it didn't work if he was just going to fake out the fast expand. It didn't work because the SCV still, and he's around here, so he saw that. He says, okay, there's no fast expand. Expect some regression. Got Tech Lab going down here on this barracks. Of course, the only annoying part about spawning this position is in Terran, you can't throw it down a Tech Lab or a reactor or anything on this barracks. Unfortunately. It's rather annoying when you know. Going with the factory, teching through that second tier. Still only sitting on the 1 refinery. Got a few little energy on this thing, but still got 1 mule out on there. Doing some work. And sending a scouting Zergling over here, I guess, to probably check for exactly that. Bunker's going down. 4 Marines are gonna... Oh, this is not going to be a happy Zergling. Maybe... Oh. He does see that this expansion isn't up, though. Served most of his purpose. I can't think that he really expected much more out of that lane. Floating Overlords over here just to check for... I don't even know what he would be checking for over there. Over on this side here, he's just kind of sitting here watching the general area. Not sure why. Streaming over... Oh, what is that? 7 Zerglings. It's interesting. Droning up pretty heavy now. Still no expansion. Got that speed coming down. Those drones are just gonna kind of chill. There they go. Right on top of that vomiting larva there. But I'm interested to see. He's got the missile attacks. Coming through missile attacks, and all we're seeing out of him right now is Ling. These Lings are breaking down the rocks. It's nice to have this back entrance, but I'm not sure why he would break them down at this point, when it's going to take those 6 Lings forever to break through that. Of course, with this bunker and these, more than enough to deal with those Ling, but still. Throwing down his expansion now. That is not a good position for the Zerg to be in. We got 2 queens now. well prepared in case the Terran was going early Banshees. But it's going to be slightly problematic. We got a Spore Crawler. He seems to be convinced that the Terran's going Banshees, but the Terran does not even have Starport up yet. Still just sitting on that Marines and tank build, throwing down the expansion, getting the engineering bay here, maybe full some upgrades. I like the fact that he's getting upgrades. I don't like the fact he's getting missile attacks when all he seems to be building is Zerglings, not taking through the lair. He can't get to level 2, and he can't actually build anything that has missile attacks yet. There we are. Throwing through with that lair coming down now. It's getting a few more Zerglings working on these rocks, but there's another set of rocks over here that he would have to break down, and that will make for some pretty good economic harass out on this expansion. However, these will be able to mop it up very quickly. If this tank gets up siege mode being researched right now, yes it is, coming down at the moment. Seeing Starport almost finished up here. I like 2 major. The Zerg is nearing a supply block, not making overloads. He should probably throw a couple of those out. But I guess we'll see what comes out of that. Got the Roach Warren here. No speed, of course, because he needs lair, but right on top of that vomiting larva, still looks to be just a couple overlords. He realizes he's almost supply blocked and thrown out 2 again. Maybe looking to this expansion as soon as he gets the minerals. I guess we'll see. Floating a ton of gas here. I'm not sure what he just spent it all on. 5 roaches. So, nothing with that expansion just yet. Not ready to go down. That is an unfortunate position for the Zerg to be in. It's that you always want to be, in general, 1 base ahead, of course, and especially against Terran, and this is just not. With this siege tank up, 1 Ling attacking these rocks. There they are. Even if the Lings do get in, I suppose, how's the range? There's a small corridor here. The Lings will stream out, get shot. There's no SCVs down here. Anyway, throwing down those double refineries. If he's going to do any sort of mech or heavy airplay, got the reactor here just for pumping out those medvacs. Looks to be going with a triple M ball plus a few tanks, although he's not producing any anymore. Throwing some minerals. How are the APMs on these guys? So we're looking at average. Those are pretty decent APMs for Bronze League. This isn't any professional league where guys are jumping all over the place, but I guess we'll see what comes out. Throw up that name panel just to keep easier track of that supply. Expansion finally going down for the Zerg at 48 supply. Like, I can understand if he was trying to do some 1 base roach aggression, but why he got these Spore Crawlers without scouting, I'm not sure. It's a good idea to be prepared. Another barracks going down here. Good idea to be prepared for drops or Banshees or anything. He's well prepared for Mutalisk Krask, which doesn't seem to be coming through either. Neither has scouted the other's tech path, and yet they're still reacting as if the other player went air. Which is definitely interesting, to say the least. Only 1 SCV on this one. I guess he forgot to throw any over there. Getting some medvacs out here. Not all that many units per medvac, but that's not all that bad. 1 Hellion, which will be super effective against those Zerglings. Does he have Blue Flame? No, he does not. These Zerglings, they did break down this rock, and they didn't do anything after that. There are no SCVs over here for them to kill, really. He's oversaturated on his main. He should transfer at least a few of those workers is what I would like to see. But throwing down 2 supply depots, I can guess he got a supply block, and not too happy about that. Stimpak's already finished. No combat shield or concussive shells. Concussive shells not a very common thing to see in Terran vs Zerg anyway. Great creep spread here. There's a ton of creep tumors. Already linked. Throwing out some roaches. He should transfer a few drones because he does have this expansion, but no drones out. He's going to have 2 drones as soon as those pop. Got the extra larva though, and that's always nice to see. 2nd level missile attacks. And granted, the roaches do have missile. Oh, are they going to? Oh, okay. They're not going. No, he did not move these units. They're just going to go die without firing a single shot. That's not a good way to go out. There they are, and now they're running away for good reason. They are completely outnumbered. Don't go back there. Don't go back there. Looks like they're going to. No, perhaps not. Now it looks like the Terran's a little worried about that the Zerg might be down here, and that's why he's sending the units streaming through. These Zerglings now going to push in. Zerglings have quite a few roaches down there. I see what he was doing there. Now that makes a little more sense. This Terran ball is now caught out of place, deal with these Zerg units that are streaming in, going to cause crazy problems on all those tanks. There's a tank up top here though. That's problematic. He needs to focus down that tank, not the supply depot. And here comes the backup units. Looks like these may not even get into the main base. I'm not sure if I would say that was an altogether good trade. He has that burrow, and the Terran should probably get some detection up at this run, but now he's definitely, at the very least, with these burrow roaches, he's forced the Terran to stay in his base. The Terran can't really push out because he knows, I don't know if he knows exactly how many roaches, but he knows there's some roaches waiting on his front step. And there goes the Terran anyways. No burrowing claws yet, so they're stuck there, but if the Terran just leaves, they'll just pop up, take out this tank, and go back down. No big problem. So that's an interesting play, and it seems to be very effective at containing the Terran right now. The Terran is floating quite a few minerals. Zerg is floating a ton of gas. He is on, I guess, only 2 extractors still. He just doesn't have anything to spend it on. He's got the infestation pit coming through. Maybe see some hive take. Pushing out with his ball. I think as soon as the Zerg sees that, he may pop these up and take out this tank and just keep up a little bit of harassal. There are a few units still in the base. Although these roaches from that burrow, got a ton of health now. This ball seems to just be sitting on Xel'Naga. Good to have control of Xel'Naga, not necessary to have that many units. Quite a few roaches coming down here. He gave the Zerg time, and now he's pushing, but he gave the Zerg time to build up an army. These roaches may just be enough. Got Spinecrawler up top here, that'll help, I guess. Hive coming through. Proper micro on these siege tanks, and given the fact that these are all stim and combat shield marines, dealing with this much medvac support, I'm not sure why he got the Vikings. He's preparing for units he doesn't know exist yet. He hasn't scouted them, partly because they do not exist. There's no spire down. Now the Zerg has an interesting play idea here. He does have vision. He's getting those roaches coming through. Pathogen glands. Looks like he does actually intend on making some infestors, not just going straight there. Although these are going to get dropped very quickly now. Not even sieging out the tanks, using that added DPS rather than splash damage. And those drones. This expansion is going to go down very quickly. And this is not a very good position for the Zerg. Why does he have so much? He has static defenses in the back of his base. Static defenses are fantastic. I'm not sure why he put them there. There have been no drops, no sign of drops. They're still burrowed there. And it looks like the Terran is going to be able to just waltz on in here and take this game without much difficulty at all. There he goes. Bad game. Alright then. I guess Skylinezz isn't too happy about that. Well, to recap, Terran went with a Marine, Tank, Marauder, Medvac build, which actually turned out to be fairly effective against the Zerg's ground army. Floating a lot of minerals at the end there. His macro slipped while he was microing, I guess. He didn't quite have enough production facilities to reinforce quickly enough, although he was starting to go SimCity with factories and barracks. Factories and starports, rather. So, I'd been interested to see what would happen, but the Zerg, he started that fast expansion, then cancelled it. Huge loss because he didn't have the economic advantage he could have, and it just did not work out well for him. He managed to get through tech to hive. His only tech buildings were Infestation Pit, Roach Warren, and that. I would say both players reacted without scouting. Terran threw down 2 of these here. Perhaps he's seen too much Mutalisk Harask and he doesn't want it to happen to him right now. And, you know, not a big expense. However, the Zerg threw down Spore Crawlers, a Spine Crawler even in the back here. Didn't scout, didn't see what the Terran was doing, and the Terran did the exact same problem. I would just say both players should have scouted. He got these Vikings for no reason. They're great units, but they are very one-dimensional, and he had no use for them. All in all, fairly fun game, and this has been i8skittles, signing off.